Today we're joined by investors Ruth and Chris. Hi Ruth, hi Chris, how are you?
Hi Amanda, good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too. Today I wanted to ask you just a few questions about how you found the experience with HighSpec Properties buyers agents when we helped you purchase your investment property in Surrey Hills.
Sure.
How did you originally hear about the service?
I think we first heard about it from our financial advisor, Alison Williamson.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
When we were thinking about doing something like that, investment property, she said, well, you know, it's worth getting a buyer's agent, and we hadn't really heard about anything like that before, and so we said, well, where do you find out about that? And she'd had someone who had used you, and that's how we heard about you.
Great.
Yeah.
And what were the challenges you faced when you were searching for property by yourselves?
Well, I guess the challenge was knowing what to get. I mean, we had a rough idea of what we wanted, but you know, matching what we needed with what we wanted, and finding and as well as finding it was. If you haven't done it before, was a bit challenging, especially if you didn't have a lot of time to spend, to spend looking and doing the searching. It's a bit difficult to know how to start almost.
Yeah, and particularly because it's not. We weren't buying our own home, right? So this was a little bit of a different category. And we knew that psychologically we had to approach that differently, and we hadn't really looked at anything like we thought we might be investing in, and there'd been a lot of changes in the market in those years, and so it was really helpful to get some advice, I think, and to sort of be oriented and guided as to what the scope and the range was.
Right, and you were buying in your self-managed super fund, weren't you, for an investment property?
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. I mean, we were looking to buy something to improve our superannuation prospects, as it were.
Great. Well, I think we picked you a winner, didn't we?
Yes, I think you did. We were been very happy with it.
Great. And you've got good tenants in there now.
Yes.
We got tenants pretty quickly.
That's great.
And got a long-term lease once more, which is pretty good.
That's fantastic.
At a good rate. I mean, the whole thing just went much quicker than we had anticipated. I mean, I knew, and I had a couple of conversations with you beforehand, before we said yes, well, let's start now and do the contract. Just as to doing all the preparation, I think a really key thing is to have all your preparation done, to know exactly, to have sort of dot the I's and cross the T's, so to speak, before you start looking, because there's no point, especially when we did it as quickly as we managed to do with you.
And how long did it take from the start to the finish?
6 days.
I know, it was very quick.
We couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it. And I mean, we looked at 4 properties, and it was just, I still think it's not really couldn't quite be the norm that the very first property you see is what you come back and think, well, this actually is the one. And it wasn't quite in the location, it was sort of peripheral to the location we had actually picked, but we think it's probably better.
I think where we ended up with was better. And I mean, it's highly unlikely we would have found that property without your advice.
Yeah, that's good to hear. You got great depreciation being a brand new building too.
Yeah, that's right. I mean there were several things like that were important to us in what and where to buy, and that's why I say it's difficult to put all those different bits together, such as a new property with maximum depreciation, unless you know where to look, and if you haven't done it before, it's a bit hard to know where to look.
Yeah, well, Sydney's a big place, isn't it?
And it's a big place, yes, and lots of opportunities, and also I guess lots of opportunities to get stuff wrong.
Yeah, it's really targeting the best areas for your brief.
Yeah,
that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And did you find that it was a beneficial service?
Oh yeah, it was, clearly, speeded the whole process up. I mean, we obviously wanted to, get it right, but at least I didn't want to spend a lot of time, a lot of time working on
And
it.
you certainly didn't do that.
And you certainly didn't need to spend a lot of time working on it, no.
Yeah, that's great.
And I think the other thing is it's the quality. When we first went in and I had a look, and I actually thought, no, I don't want to. Out of your range of properties, it wasn't high on my list. And the minute I walked in, I thought, wow, this is actually, and it immediately moved up a notch. And it was such. I thought it was such a high quality finish. It's a really nice building, very high quality, a lot of attention to detail. And after I looked at what we looked at for, I think, I came home and I said to Chris, I think you should go look at this one, and I don't think you should muck about.
Thanks, Ruth. You were right, you had the good instinct.
It really was. It was an impressive unit, and as I said, very unlikely we would have found something like that. And I remember when looking at it, I thought, yeah, well, okay, it'd be a bit small for us at the moment, but it is the sort of, had the sort of finishes that I could live in.
Yes.
And therefore I figured, well, if I could live in it, maybe the sort of person who was prepared to pay
premium.
Yeah, this kind of rent would also be prepared to live in it. So it was a good match and a good feel.
Great, I'm so glad you're happy.
And so far that's really proving to be the case. And we're a few months down the track now, so it's not like we're right fresh out of it and sort of a bit green. It's like we've gone through the experience. We're there. We've done it from start to finish. We've got the tenant. The tenant's been in there for a good 6 months or more, and everything seems to be going well. So we've got our fingers crossed that that's going to be the really long term too.
Yeah, which is fantastic. And would you have any hesitation in recommending HighSpec properties to any of your friends or family looking for property?
No.
No, great. It was a great service. Lots of choice, and I suppose the fact that we were able to find a property so quickly, is both an indication of the quality of the service and the choice that was going.
And you were always so easy to talk to get hold of, and very positive, I have to say. The whole, all of your comments and all of your approaches were positive. And you weren't putting a high gloss on properties. You were good at sort of getting positives and negatives, what you could do, what you couldn't do. I think that was all really excellent. But overall, I found that if I ever needed to ask you anything at any time, you were very responsive and easy to get hold of. So that's also good.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again. I really enjoyed working with you, and I'm so glad we found you a great property.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.